accompagne Africa. Naki mobimbo simana ngai panzaka Africa. Kokanisa te sheri na kozongela yo Africa. Naki mobimbo simana ngai panzaka Africa. Kokanisa te sheri na kozongela yo Africa.
Na Kinshasa, na Matadi, pe na Boma, pe Mayombe, ai Mongala, Equateur, Kivu Maniema, Isangani, Oye Brazza, Pointe Noire, Cameroun,
Ghana, Guinea,
pe na Mali, pe na Poto, pe na Amerika, Okili Mobimba, Oye, Balingi Babina, Musique Africa.
Africa.
Il y a Congolais, il arrive comme c'est la compa.
Africa.
Il a calé Nico Rochero, Rochero, Willy Mojosero.
Africa.
Il a Congolais, il Africa, c'est la compa.
Africa.
Il a calé Nico Roger, Rochero, Willy Deshoe.
Africa. Univers Rhumba congolaise. Africa. 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 Papa na Joaquim Mbaka. My brother Francis Atoli. Ngai mamona komi koloba motema etoni na mawa bazali nde koyoka sango matoi bipai nepai bakumbi lisolo na sakosi mabongisi ekomi dossier na telefone nakomi nouvelle bijou na zando nakomi mbisa moto moko na banganda nakomi bere ya sika bakomela bakolangwa se kombo nanga ngai mamona komi koloba motema etoni na mawa bazali nde koyoka sango matoi bipai nepai bakumbi lisolo na sakosi babongisi ekomi dossier na telefone nakomi nouvelle bijou na zando nakomi mbisa moto moko na banganda nakomi biere ya sika bakomela bakolangwa se kombo nanga José Mosaka, la commune nouvelle du jour.
Osala tupo mobali aboya ngai, po bosekenga na nsima
ya bakamarade nyonso na mokili ngai fayates nakoleka wapi nazwa mobali boye ye te papa Francis Atoli batika songisongi kitoko ya ngai mpe mwai te papa Francis Atoli mobali ya boya ngai te naseki
se raccompagna nakei mobembo simana ngai banzaka okanisa te sheri nakozongela yo nakei mobembo simana ngai banzaka na Kinshasa na Matadi pe na Boma pe Mayombe mai Mongala Equateur Kivu Maniema Kisangani Braza e Pointe Noire Cameroun Ghana Guinée Pena Mali Pena Poto Pena Kubama Mokili Mobimba Oye Balingi Babina musique Africa Il a l'ambanéri in Africa just un compas Il a Kalenico Gero Willy Deshoé Il a Congolais il a rythme terra compas Nakei mobembo simana ngai banzaka babi na musique Africa. Africa.
Yes. Ni hiyo kwenye African Rhumba show. Welcome to the African Rhumba show. Na my name is DJ CJKenya. Na uko kwenye African Rhumba show, the home of what? The home of Rhumba stories. Na hapa kuna kitu tunakuambianga. Kuna vitu tatu hazipendangi kelele. Ya kwanza ni pesa, ya pili ni story time, na ya tatu ni nini? Ni rumba yenyewe. You are with me for the next 4 hours, and today our playlist is revolving around two artists. Number one is Fire Test, and then on the second hour tutakuwa tunapiga rumba ya Maroon Commandos. Tuko na story mingi sana about what is happening in the country, and there is so much happening, so much. Karibuni sana. Tutakuwa tunaongea about tunaongelesha walimu, tunaongelesha wanasiasa, tunaongelesha wasanii pia. We want to hear your voices. We want to hear what you feel about what is happening in the country. And personally, I'm at a point where I feel very fulfilled. Kusema tu kweli maze nasikia tu poa. I have been posting about a few businesses and how people are trying to survive in the politics around the country and everything. And I'm realizing that, kumbe si mimi nakapitia peke yangu. Enyewe Kenya ina happen, but we will be talking to an entrepreneur anaitwa Caro Crochet. Kuna na huyo ni CJ mwingine. Alafu pia tunaongea na Mesh Musyoki ambapo ni a political commentator and a strategist. I think he has been so in the public domain as a strategist that people don't also remember that he is also an entrepreneur and a family man and all that. Yes, so we are on Icon Radio. My name is DJ CJ. Tumeanza hapo na ngoma mbili. Tatu. Kuna hiyo ngoma inaitwa Africa. And kwanza hii show inatangwa African Rhumba. The reason I called my series African Rhumba is because African Rhumba first is to define that this is African. There is Rhumba in so many continents. Just research about it. Kuna Cuban, kuna Brazilian and everything. But this is African and it takes so many shapes. It comes in Swahili, it comes in Congolese, it comes in many other languages. Sometimes we also look at the fans of Rhumba as also the fans of the likes of Zouk, the likes of... Someone asked me yesterday, what is the difference between Rhumba and Zilizopendwa? And to be honest, I was like, si pia nikicheza reggae ya kitambo ni Zilizopendwa. Yeah, so people also define Rhumba ya kitambo ya Kiswahili, like the Samba Mapangala, the Les Wanyikas, anyone, Remi Ongala, anyone who sang in a different language other than Congolese. People try to define that as anything else. For example, I consider Musa Juma to be a Rhumba artist, as much as he's rich in Benga, and if you listen to him carefully, you will hear a lot of Franco. You will hear a lot of Franco. You will hear a lot of Leswanyika in him, and that has also been inherited by a guy like Johnny Jr. Now, fast forward, we are looking at people like. On my second hour, I'll be featuring Maroon Commandos, and that is where I'll be dwelling most of my stories around. Because Maroon Commandos is one good example of if music and art is done well and structurized, there is some hope in longevity and also monetization. because I've looked at the history of Maroon Commandos. It was formed back in the 70s, and to date there is a band still called Maroon Commandos. And the one thing that they did was that they structured the objectives of the band and the music that they will do around it. And kusema ukweli, even I was researching around them, and I was watching an interview of the founder, and alikuwa anasema they didn't always have it all together, but the practice and the discipline and keeping on doing it, that is what made Maroon Commandos make it. There has been this discussion about why hip-hop shows are not giving a good turn-up about ticket sales. And case in study is one where Cassidy ghosted people last week, and we have Fally Ipupa coming to Kenya, and that is just this coming month. And I'm asking myself, how is the Rhumba, but then how is the Rhumba audience? And then I'm looking at past shows, and I'm realizing that they have been working. Yeah, so we will be also talking about that as we talk about monetization of art. And then there is a lot that is happening in the country, the politics, the realignments of the old guards and everything. And we are asking ourselves, are we there yet? Welcome to African Rhumba Show. My name is DJ CJ. I'll be your host today. Na kuna wageni wengi sana. Stay tuned. Tunaenda kucheza ngoma zingine za Fire Test. Then we will be back about the stories about Fire Test. There's something that I find very interesting about Fire Test. Kuna her relationship with Madilu, kina Niboma, kina a few like old guys you will see. And then specifically in interest to Kenya, her relationship with Francis Atwoli, that she has been coming for our shows. She has done 2 songs, or if I'm wrong, maybe more, and a lot of shows dedicated to Francis Atwoli. So we will also be looking at the intersection of politics and music. Yeah, and then also asking ourselves, don't we have as good musicians as Fire Test in Africa, in Kenya, in Tanzania, in Uganda, that we always have to import Fire Test for Francis Atwoli? My name is DJ CJ. Welcome to the African Rhumba Show. Hapa tunakuambianga kuna vitu 3 hazipendangi kelele. Ya kwanza ni pesa, ya pili ya nitangwa nini? Story tamu, na ya 3 ni rumba yenyewe. Tukule rumba.
Papa Francis Atwoli. Motema boboto, bolingo pe kosalisa bato. Motema ya pembe, kokamba pe lisongi na bato. Francis Atwoli, il a le cœur sur la main.
Yes. Ni kwenye African Rhumba Show. Na hapa manze tunakuambianga nini, kuna vitu tatu hazipendani kelele. Ya kwanza ni tangwa ni pesa, ya pili ni story tamu, na ya tatu ni tangwa ni rumba yenyewe. This is the home of Rumba stories, and we have been experiencing a lot of things as Kenyans. Manze nasikia ni kama tuna give up. I've been looking at what you guys have been posting, and very interesting things. Wacha niangalie hapo kwa simu. Nilikuwa nimepiga ma screenshot kadhaa, and and by the way, first of all, thank you so much to all African Rhumba fans. Asanteni sana. You have gotten me on YouTube, you've gotten me to 7,300 followers, subscribers, and I was just checking my stats and I realized you've gotten also the channel of DJ CJKenya to 875,000 views. Ish. I don't take you for granted. I thank you so much. I must also recognize people who have been with this show for a very long time, and ushaona ile kitu inaanzanga ni kama mchezo, but inakuja kuendelea, inakuwa ndio hiyo. And this is one of those stories, and there's this one lady called Carol Crochet. Carol tunamwitanga CJ, ni pia ni CJ mwingine, pia online. Kwenye Facebook utampata pia kwenye TikTok and all other platforms. So I want us to talk to her, and she's a teacher and also an entrepreneur. And juzi we have had this story where we were told that the economy is doing well because watu wanakunywa soda sana. Shule zimefunguliwa leo. Juzi nilikuwa make a post about teachers, and I'm a son of a teacher. Actually, not even one, 2 teachers. My mother is a teacher, my dad is a teacher. They are all retired now. My brother is a teacher. My sister is a trained teacher. I have taught in my life at some point, and I still feel like in what I do in this program and anywhere else, maybe social media, anywhere you will meet me, I think you will always appreciate that I pay attention more to people who are adding value. So I still consider myself a teacher. And I want us to talk to Carol about her business. She has been running a crocheting business. And yesterday night I was talking to a friend of mine, a long-time friend, Arita, big up sana, and a fan of this show. And we were talking about revenue streams, because at our age right now, we don't have to talk about, and even in anyone's age, if you want to really be sustainable, you cannot be talking about only salaries. You have to be talking about revenue streams. What can you monetize along your way? Yeah, so I want us to talk about Carol. Then later we will also be talking to a friend of mine called Mesh. And Mesh, we come a long way. First of all, we come from the same constituency, and I feel like when we come to political views, he's as objective as I am, and I respect that. Yeah, so let's talk to Carol. Let's see whether she's online in a minute. So on our playlist today, we have, on the first hour we are playing Fire Test, and on the second hour we'll be talking about Maroon Commandos. Now we will dwell much on that because a lot of things have been happening, and we also want to see, because Maroon Commandos are actually Jeshi guys. And Jeshi guys should be helping us in keeping the country safe, keeping the country sane. And there's that song that we listened to when we were kids. Hello, Caro, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Hapo sawa, hapo sawa. Karibu sana. Karibu sana kwenye African Rhumba show. Let me let you know that you are online. I mean, uko live kwenye radio? Yes, so Caro.
Yes, my dear.
Kwa wenye hawakujui, hebu jiintroduce, wajue wewe ni nani na unafanyanga kazi gani?
Mimi naitwa Caro CJ.
Yes.
Crochet.
Na usiseme wewe ni CJ ati waseme wewe ni bibi yangu.
Hapana, mimi si bibi yako. I don't know how we came to share the same username. I don't know how it happened.
Yes.
But haina shida. So my name, I'm Caro CJ Crochet.
Yes.
My official name zenye ukinitumia pesa saa hii utazipata. I'm Caro ndani mkiwa.
Oh yes.
Hizo ndio za ID.
Yes.
Za mtaa ukinitafuta Facebook. I'm Caro CJ Crochet.
Excellent.
TikTok, I'm CJ.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Tumekuwa tukiongea sana online. I see you promoting your business and what you're doing.
Yeah.
Kwanza unakuanga na a very interesting sense of humor.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I have to give you your flowers. Alafu ebu ambia watu we ni mwalimu, yes, na kando na kuwa mwalimu, what else do you do?
I'm a teacher.
Yes.
I'm a business lady.
And
above all, I'm a crocheter. Yani, anything to do with the yarn, uzi. Ikuwe ni kiondo, ikuwe ni mat, ikuwe ni sweater, ikuwe ni rasta art. I think that is where I belong. Kuwa mwalimu ni side hustle. Yeah.
That is so interesting because someone else actually I do a lot of training na mara mingi nikiuliza watu who are you, mara mingi mtu ananiambianga what they do, and hiyo kuna kitu hapo very interesting wananiambia because kuwa mwalimu I'm sure is that thing that is getting you comfortable.
Yeah, unajua kuwa mwalimu, it is what my mother wanted.
Okay.
My parents wanted a teacher. Lakini kuna sasa yule Caro wanted to be a fashion designer and a salonist.
Caro,
so I had to balance. My mother wants a teacher.
Yes.
And I want to be a designer.
Kwanza background kuzaliwa ni area gani?
Mimi nimezaliwa Mbunguni. Mbunguni East. Makueni.
Yes.
Nimezaliwa huko. Huko machungwa.
The land of sweet citrus fruits.
Yeah. Huko tunakula machungwa, tukimalizana na machungwa, maembe. Tukimalizana na maembe tunakula every fruit is here.
Excellent. Kuna hiyo aspect umesema ya in your heart wewe ulikuwa unasikia tu wewe unataka tu usanii. Hiyo usanii salonist, crocheting.
Yeah.
But then your parents wanted a teacher. How did that affect your relationship ama ilibidi ukuwe mjanja?
So what I did,
yes,
nikiwa grade 2, I used to crochet a lot.
Okay.
So my mama alinitandika siku moja akaniambia hataki kuona huo upuzi. Anataka mwalimu. Na mimi nikasahau. I just forgot about the crocheting part. Na mimi nikaingia tu kwa vitabu.
Okay.
Nikamaliza shule. nikakaa nikamwambia mama, ulikuwa unataka certificate ya walimu, ulikuwa unataka mwalimu, hamjia, sina kazi.
Yeah.
So during COVID ikasemekana sasa walimu wa by then sikuwa nimeandikwa na government wa BOM imeisha. So when nikiwa tu idling Facebook tu, unajua tu nikichekesha watu huko.
Yeah.
My friend by the name Marion.
Yes.
Akaposta baby poncho. That went direct WhatsApp. Nikamwambia we, kuna kitu umepost. How do we do this one? Akaniambia do huku. Nikamwambia ni kitu najua kutoka nilikuwa mtoto. Akanitumia link ya YouTube. Akaniambia nilikuwa nimesave. Nikaenda nikanunua hook. By then yani ilikuwa uzi tulikuwa tunanunua I think ni 30 bob ama 40. The one. Akatengeneza bibi ya brother yangu is very smart. Hebu enda utengeneze ingine.
Ala.
In the process nikiwa tu hivi nikitengeneza, watu wakaniambia they are very smart. Hebu unaweza tuuzia. I was like hii ndio kitu nilikuwa nataka. Then from there,
yes. Yes.
Yeah. We just thank God for the past.
You are doing very well on social media. Sijui kwa platforms zote, kuna TikTok, kuna YouTube, kuna Facebook, kuna X, kuna Instagram, kuna WhatsApp. Ni gani inakupatia biashara zaidi?
Facebook.
Oh, Facebook.
Nikitembea tu hivi, you know, I'm like, wewe ndio usije unatuchekeshanga na unashona, naambia basi nishone hii.
Hebu nikuulize aje. I have been struggling with something personally. Na there's that personal voice and integrating it with the brand in that you can push a brand. You do that so easily. What is always your thought process? Like because okay, just to put an example. You posted a poncho in the morning.
Yeah.
Now may explain on the first post that hii ni poncho, ukitaka I can supply to you. And then there's another one that was very provocative. Hiyo ya tamu.
You know nowadays.
Yes.
Watu wataki vitu serious.
Oh.
Yes. Na hii economy.
Yes.
Na kuna mtu atakuongelesha.
Kwa hivyo pia mimi nipunguze kizungu.
Yeah, you have to just lay down hapo tu naongea tu. You know wanaona wewe ni mwenda wazimu, but by the end of the day.
Yes.
Someone will come to your inbox. Kwanza ataanza na kucheka chenye aliona kwa your post. Kwambia nilikuwa nataka hiyo sweater. When you start explaining to them hii tunashona hivi, hakuna mtu atasoma. Kenyans hawapendi vitu serious, hawapendi vitu serious.
Okay.
Yeah. Kenyans don't like serious things.
Nakusikia sana. And congratulations on what you've been doing. How is the business? For example, nikitaka I think for me, if I'm looking at crocheting, I'm looking first of all kwanza unajua biashara ya kufunika viti iliisha ama itarudi fashion. Is there a way to bring that back?
It is there. What to request? But the shida yangu ni moja. You don't make fancy things,
I hear you.
Once they tell me niwashone hizo vitu za vitambaa, I just like making fancy things, hizo bana, si utafute tu shosho mwenye yuko karibu, you empower that shosho akushone hiyo kitu juu anajua, you know.
Hebu ngojea, hebu turudi hapo sasa. As a business plan, and for me I'm always about I will never get involved in a business that I don't know how it will continue if I'm not there. When I was in school I was told initangwa business continuity plan.
Yeah.
Kuna hiyo kitu umesema ya the same crocheting that you are doing, kuna ule shosho wako pale mtaani, kuna ule maybe also a young lady who doesn't have a job.
Yeah.
Akona time. And and they have the skill. How do you integrate that to boost your scalability?
I usually train them.
All right.
Unaniambia I know how to order a hook, nakwambia kuja, nakupatia uzi, unaenda nishonee hii, one na kulipa hivi. Na utashindwa kuja nikuonyeshe. You know, kwa mind yao wako na ile kushona ya vitambaa. Huwa natoa hiyo kushona ya vitambaa, nawaambia no, hatushoni vitambaa sahi. Tunashona nguo, tunashona poncho, tunashona sweater. Okay. Then I bring them into the current market.
So you're adapting them to what they already knew.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now I have around 3 women.
Okay.
Who recently helped me in doing my project. I empower them and show them what to do. I showed them. I usually make a phone call. Iko hivi, unashona hii na unashona hii na unashona hii, ukifika hapa niletee nione.
Okay.
Yeah, I have to empower them. And I'm also training my son how to make it.
You know, for number one, wacha kwanza nianze hapo kwa the people you're empowering before I come to your son, because I think there's also I didn't value crocheting until I researched on it. And as a man, I will talk about your son, but let me come back to the women you're working with first. There's that aspect of you find the orders, and that is coming through Facebook.
Yeah.
You're a teacher, so you at least you have a little bit of you can cushion them in terms of providing them with materials.
Yeah.
Hey, do you know, like, I'm looking at it that it is so sustainable. Have you ever gone to a point where you have so many orders that maybe you will need a financial assistance, maybe from a bank or a microfinance to boost your orders?
When I reached at that point, it was a certain NGO which wanted knitted sweaters. I just told them I can't make it. You know, the knitting machine is a bit expensive.
Okay. How much is that?
We have the standard one costs around 200 to 500,000.
Okay. That is industrial.
So I had to tell them we'll balance with crocheting.
Yeah.
I produced like that sweaters. The next one I gave them a woman who usually knits, but the woman did not meet their standards. You know, now knitting is advancing. It is not the knitting we usually knit. We knit our school sweaters.
Yes, I remember that.
So no, the knitting is advancing. We are making colorful sweaters through knitting.
So there's a lot of design work that is going into it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
so at some point I felt like I need a knitting machine.
Yeah.
That one is a good order. I can't make it. And I was like, can I now go for a loan at CSC? Then I said, no, this one is CJ Crochet. It has to grow itself. Then we have the teaching. It should grow itself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Has now that we are talking of machines, if we are talking of you getting a new machine and everything, has AI affected the production side of knitting in any way?
No way.
Is it assisting you in designing, coming up with designs?
Recently there is this scarf.
Right.
And designed using AI. It was for the group known as Kanikaitu in Ukambani. So I had to use AI to come up with something neat.
Yes.
So it is helping me.
Yeah. So I keep on telling my friends that I don't think AI is coming to replace anyone. anyone.
No, it is not replacing anyone. It is just helping us.
It is a tool.
Yeah, it is helping us.
It is an assistant. There is so much money that I would have paid to a consultant that I'm using just AI, and the turnaround time is also faster.
It is also helping us to design the outfit.
Yes.
Yeah, it is also helping us. I'll just make the outfit. I take a picture, then I instruct AI. I want this dress on a 2-year-old girl. Background, it should be Africa. Na nanipea tu chenye nataka.
Sasa juu hiyo story uliniambia si lazima ikue bagi. Unajua kwa watu kama sisi ni wale tulinyimwa mwili.
Na kushonea mtu according to the body size.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now tell our listener today, if they want to order from you, how do they get in touch with you?
Okay, we have the Facebook. I have my Facebook account, Caro at CJKenya.
Yes.
TikTok, utanipata CJ Crochet. I usually have my WhatsApp number. 0706 237
258. That is your WhatsApp number. Again, let's repeat again. 0706 237 258.
Yeah.
Sasa chini niwaambie tu ukweli. You need to just log into your social media and check out Caro Crochet. It is like she has so many things. I've seen capes, I've seen scarves, I've seen sweaters, I've seen everything. As we let you go on with your day and your evening, my dear, what would you want to tell our listener today?
Okay, first I would like to thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Karibu sana.
To the youngsters, wasiseme hakuna kazi. We just need to use what is around us. Nilitumia mkono and the hook. And I can confidently say,
yes,
crocheting pays 90% of my bills.
Oh, nice. And
Yeah.
all your elegant by the way, I have to tell you, you look nice on Facebook. I see your photos. Tuna like tu, tuna comment hapo tukisonganga.
Thank you.
Like all that elegant dressing is coming from selling crocheting?
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
Crocheting pays.
Yes.
Sio kazi ya washushu. But importantly, consistency.
Yes.
Consistency pays.
Hiyo nayo. Hebu rudia. Consistency is the key.
Yeah.
There's a friend of mine called Willie Oeba. He tells me that consistency is the one thing that the devil cannot catch up with.
You know, I can't post a poncho one day.
Yes.
And after 2 months, nakuja tena kuambia, mnakumbuka nilikuwa na shona?
You
know what can happen?
I was.
Kama mtu aniambia, ai, wewe ndio Caro CJ, yeah. Na uko na nini saa hii umebeba ya kushona, unaweza niuzia? Sometimes hata huyo anakuwa tu nauza. Namwambia si niko na hii.
Na huyo ni mtu.
Anaona.
Na huyo
yani I do crochet hata kama sina order. Siwezi lala kama sijashika uzi.
You know, that is so interesting because that is how I DJ.
Yeah.
For me, I mix every day.
Kwa sababu ukikosa,
yes,
utapata hata ushasahau ama yani you have to be, ni lazima ni kitu utaifanya kila siku.
There's actually, I was struggling with that because it has not been paying me for a very long time.
Hata kama ilipi, hata kama sina order, yes, I usually make. Ukikuja kwangu utapata tu vitu nimeanganga hapo tu. Na siku moja tu mtu anapita, oh what is that? Namuuzia tu. Kwanza hiyo inakuwa na faida juu ushashona na ushasahau.
Na hata ukuwa umeifikiria.
Yeah.
kuna kitu nilikama across earlier in the day kasema ilikuwa just a quote ilikuwa nasema what energizes you is just what you should focus on.
Exactly.
Thank you so much for sharing your story with us. Thank you so much for also being resilient, being consistent. I've known you, as much as we've come from the same area, I've known you mostly from Facebook.
Okay.
I see what you're doing, and I'm proud of you, and these chances to just make more people know about you.
Thank you.
They just must go to people like you. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Karibu sana, na uendelee kuambia watu wasikize Icon Radio.
Nitawatag kwa page yangu.
Yes, asanteni sana.
Vitu vya mauzi. I shall call them that way.
Mawaya.
Vitu vya mauzi.
So I think for me, I need a full outfit.
I'll make it for you. Utakuwa wewe ndio wa kwanza.
Yes.
From my home area. Promote me. Yeah.
Wow, I'm proud of that. Thank you.
Zingine naona wanamtagu ananiuliza wewe ndio umefanya hii, nawaambia hapana, sio mimi. Sio mimi. They are like, how now? Nawaambia sio mimi, wanashangaa. So I'll be very much happy.
I appreciate that. So kindly do this for me. Design something that with that theme of African Rhumba and the home of Rhumba stories. For me, mimi ni mtu wa ushago.
Yeah.
This city life, I struggle with it, but I love Nairobi.
Yes.
Yes, so we design tu kitu inakaa ya mtu wa ushago mwenye anataka kuonekana in the city life ni kama amefika. Asante sana. So utanitumia invoice?
Yeah.
Alafu unakuanga nalipa mdogo, unajua pia uchumi ya Kenya manze, hii uchumi tuko nayo si very friendly, lakini lazima tu tufukuze umaskini hata kukayaje.
Iko.
There you have it. Carol CJ. Ebu waambie kwa social media unakupataje on all platforms?
On my Facebook page.
Yes.
Carol CJ Crochet. TikTok CJ. Fortunately siko Instagram.
Okay.
Go to Facebook and TikTok.
Sawa. So YouTube, Instagram, X, uko kwingine kwote tutakumap out.
Uko siko.
Tutakuweka.
Unajua mimi bado mshamba unanisumbua.
Uko tutaku-advertise usijali.
Yeah.
Asante. By the way, and mmefungua shule by the way, eh?
Yeah. Umenipigia kama natoka kazi.
Ala.
Yeah.
How is that going? Unajua tukifungua shule tulikuwa tunasema umondo nevingwa naku. Watoto wamefight leo.
Unajua sisi ni Gen Alpha. Sisi ni Gen Alpha. Sisi ni Alpha, tuna mambo mingi.
Hawapigani siku hizi?
Hapana, tuliacha hiyo.
Enyewe millennials tulikuanga na matrauma kibao.
Tulikuwa na kaujinga tu.
Asante sana CJ. Let me let you go on with your day, and thank you so much. Stick with us, endelea kutuangalia kwenye YouTube.
Yeah.
This is African Rhumba Show na tuendelea kukupush kama kawaida.
Nimeshukuru.
Karibu sana. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is the segment where we also let you promote your hustle. That has been Carol CJ Crochets. I came across her designs on Facebook. I really didn't know her in person, but when I was just going through her designs, I was like, hey, she has something I can wear. She has something that people around me can wear. And specifically, I wanted to get something for my daughter. And so that is how I got to know her. And then she's a very interesting, very, very, very funny lady. Ingia tu kwa Facebook ama TikTok uangalie Caro Crochets CJ. Ni mwalimu na bado hajikazii kwa hiyo. Anaji expand kwa hiyo ya crocheting. She has told us a story about how she's working with now women around her. And this also reminds me of a saying that was given by John Pope II. And he said that no one is so poor that they can't give, and no one is so rich that they can't receive. In whatever capacity, in whatever level you are at, you still have something you can give. You have your talents. You have something you have experienced and come out of it still victorious, or can we say just still alive? Hiyo kitu unaweza tell a story about it. Caro ametupatia story yake, and this is the story of many artists. It is interesting that many times we think it is only rap, it's only singing, it's only poetry, it's only like talking like what I'm doing here. Anything artistic has been, for a very long time in the African culture, has been trashed. When we hear someone who she isn't from what we would call the posh backgrounds, but akiwa hata class 1, class 2, she loved crocheting. She loved making hair. Again, reminds me of my daughter, and she loves making her dolly's hair. Am I the one to ever tell her to stop doing that because ni ujinga? No. Is she doing well in school? Yes. Caro comes from an age where, and pia mimi, I think I'm older than her. Usanii yetu ilikuanga ni kasia. But today we see that expression. Look up any quotation or any invoice for someone who is a storyteller. You will understand that today art is paying better than even engineering. You just need to know how to package yourself and be patient. Be patient. Caro ametuambia the same thing saizi. Yes, she's salaried. 90% of her bills are paid by crocheting. Mark that, 90% of her bills are paid by crocheting. We have no excuse whatsoever. We have no excuse not to monetize our skills. We have no excuse not to monetize our experiences. We may have our traumas. Yes, I accept. I do have my own. I'm working through them. But yes, today, I'm gifted in talking. I'm gifted in reasoning. And I'm gifted in selling. That's why I'm here. Welcome to the African Rhumba show. Tunaenda kucheza ngoma nyingine moja, and then when we come back, we want to look at the state of the nation. What has been happening? Tumeambiwa these things are funny. Tumeambiwa that now Gachagua wants to vie for presidency, and our constitution doesn't allow him from where we sit. The Rift Valley, siongei about the Rift Valley as a region in Kenya. The Rift Valley as a phenomenon runs all the way from Ethiopia, comes down to Kenya, goes down up to Malawi na huko. And that ka rift hapo, rift ni kugawanyika, that rift has been widening, and as a result we have seen that places like Lake Baringo, water levels are rising, Lake Nakuru the same, and many other, Bogoria I think. And we also want to, like, can anyone who knows the history and the research behind this also tell us what is happening, what is to expect, and for how long? The other thing that you also need to know about the recreation of the earth is that it never happens overnight. It just takes a long time. We have heard the stories of volcanoes and all that. Rift Valley, interesting. We are going back to the music, and then when we come back we look at the state of the nation. Kuna siasa zimekuwa zikiendelea about the music industry, kuna siasa zinaendelea about politics and the leadership. We are heading to the elections. Today I think is 350 days to the next general elections in Kenya. Yes, so this is African Rhumba Show, the home of Rhumba stories with me DJ CJ, na tunakuambia kuna vitu tatu hazipendangi kelele. Ya kwanza ni do, ya pili ni story tamu, na ya tatu ni rumba yenyewe. Let's go.
Uko wapi? Nakutafuta sikuoni. Nimejaribu sana kukutafuta, na kila nifikapo sikuoni. Lakini kwa bahati umenikumbuka, kwani barua uliyoituma nimeipata. Sasa nakuomba unieleze siku ambayo utafika. Sasa nakuomba unieleze siku ambayo utafika. Sina dada, uko wapi? Nakutafuta sikuoni. Nimejaribu sana kukutafuta, na kila nifikapo sikuoni. Lakini kwa bahati umenikumbuka, kwani barua uliyoituma nimeipata. Sasa nakuomba unieleze dada, uko wapi? Nakutafuta sikuoni. Nimejaribu sana kukutafuta, na kila nifikapo sikuoni. Lakini kwa bahati umenikumbuka, kwani barua uliyoituma nimeipata. Sasa nakuomba unieleze siku ambayo utafika. Sasa nakuomba unieleze siku ambayo utafika. Kristina dada, uko wapi? Nakutafuta sikuoni. Nimejaribu sana kukutafuta, na kila nifikapo sikuoni. Lakini kwa bahati umenikumbuka, kwani barua uliyoituma nimeipata. Sasa nakuomba unieleze siku ambayo utafika. Sasa nakuomba unieleze siku ambayo utafika.
kukutafuta sikuoni, nimejaribu sana kukutafuta, na kila nifikapo sikuoni, lakini kwa bahati umenikumbuka, kwani barua uliyoituma nimeipata. Sasa nakuomba unieleze siku ambayo utafika. Sasa nakuomba unieleze siku ambayo utafika. Siku gani dada utakuja nikungoje sitesheni? Ningekuwa na uwezo ningekutumia nauli ya ndege ili ufike haraka. Nimekukosa mama, nimekukosa siku nyingi, nimekukosa mama, nimekukosa siku nyingi. Siku gani dada utakuja nikungoje sitesheni? Ningekuwa na uwezo ningekutumia nauli ya ndege ili ufike haraka. Nimekukosa mama, nimekukosa siku nyingi, nimekukosa mama, nimekukosa siku nyingi. ningekuwa na uwezo, ningekutumia nauli ya ndege ili ufike haraka. Nimekukosa mama, nimekukosa siku nyingi, nimekukosa mama.
Yes, my friend. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the African Rhumba Show with me DJ CJKenya, na uko kwenye Icon Radio, mali tunakuambianga kuna vitu tatu hazipendangi kelele. Ya kwanza ni pesa, ya pili ni story tamu, na ya tatu ni rumba yenyewe. This is the home of rumba stories, and just before we went for the break, tumekuwa hapo tunaongea na CJ Crochets, na tumeanzishiwa hapo na the second hour na ngoma inaitwa Christina dada uko wapi. Yes, so tumeongea na CJ pale, na I think the one thing that is in the lips of every Kenyan right now is tunamekaje kesho? Can we create generational wealth? Can we do here and here? Can we survive? Then kuna usanga happen pale Mwingi Central, where the MP anaitwa Muliungi, there's a Canadian NGO that has gone there to drill boreholes. And then Muliungi amewaambia juu hawajamconsult, they can take back their balls back to Canada. I've seen a lot of your sentiments online, and people asking how many balls has this guy done and all that. So here to comment about that will be Mesh Musyoki. Mesh Musyoki is a political commentator, is a strategist, is Yes sir, how are you sir?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm good.
Long time, bro.
Nilikuwa na kuintroduce hapa kwenye hewa.
Yes.
Yes, so as I was saying, Mesh Musyoki is a political commentator, a strategist. Hizo zingine ebu malizia.
My background is public policy.
Yes, sir.
Of course, well, I'm a commentator on political issues.
Yes.
But my main line is actually public policy and public governance.
Yes.
I'm a consultant in public strategic leadership, public governance, and public policy.
Yes.
So basically, I've worked around the public leadership space for the past about 13 years now.
Yeah. Hey. It's been that long.
I'm an old man now.
Brother, tumekapitia.
No. I realize you don't realize when you're busy, you don't realize that time is flying.
And when you're doing what you love.
Yes, there's something about doing what you love.
Yeah.
It makes your working enjoyable.
Mwafrika says that when you do what you love, you never work a day in your life.
Yes. You know, I just wish we had better exposure when we were growing up, so that everybody would be able to pursue a career that aligns to their life.
You can say that again.
Because you see, part of the problem of our generation,
yes,
is that we were put into a frame when it came to career choices, without yourself first being exposed to what does that career entail, and without being given a chance to pursue a career that aligns to your hobbies, to the things you like, to the things you're passionate about. Yeah, which is actually part of where the Western education beats our education system.
And given the fact that they also have always been sponsoring our education system, I think they have also kept us in that situation deliberately. But we cannot blame them. It is our responsibility to get out of that.
that is our failure of our leadership, because when you look at their own curriculums,
true,
they have kept reviewing their curriculums to align to the new reality.
Mm-hmm.
We are on a curriculum that is obsolete.
I think every time we are launching a new curriculum, we are too late to the party.
We are launching curriculums that are being phased out elsewhere.
Anyway, let's come down and talking about thinking mindsets that are obsolete. There are two issues I want you to speak on, and the first one is the one of Mwingi Central MP Mulyungi, where he was saying to an NGO, you can take the boreholes back home, and I'm like, okay. And then the other second issue that I want you to talk about is Machakos People's Park was established under your leadership.
Yes.
And I've seen a little bit of word exchange between politicians, but let's start with the Mwingi Central first.
For Mwingi Central,
yes,
actually coincidentally, I happen to know the donor.
Okay.
The Canadian NGO that is doing the boreholes. Their leader, the person who is leading that initiative,
yes,
is a guy known to me.
All right.
From way back.
Yes.
And actually, I'm among the people he contacted when they said they are passionate about the water agenda, especially in southeastern Kenya. And then when he asked me which are the most deserving areas in terms of intervention,
right,
I told him, of course, the most deserving areas on priority are Mwingi. That is both the two, Mwingi North and Mwingi Central.
Right.
The other deserving areas are basically the Kitui. Kitui is water scarce. Big parts of Kitui, except Kitui Central.
Yes, true that.
The rest of Kitui is a water scarce area. And then I also told him that the lower part of Makueni, especially the area around the Kibwezi East, Kibwezi West, and Kalawa area.
Yes.
But then you realize that in Makueni, there's already a lot of donor presence working in the water sector.
Okay.
Actually, in terms of concentration of water intervention initiatives, Makueni is currently leading among the semi-arid counties.
I didn't know that.
There has been a lot of carryover from the donor partnerships that were established during Kibwana era.
I understand now.
Yes, but I was part of the team that came up with the strategic partnerships and the framework that Makueni is using.
Right.
So we were able, with our strategic partnerships framework, we were able to attract a lot of donor funding on interventions that are on water. But now back to this Mwingi story and,
right,
and the Canadian NGO.
Yes.
So now, after that conversation, because the gentleman happens to come from Kitui County, actually. So he said he can do the phase 1 in Kitui. We are actually also in discussions. I'm supposed to meet him later this week. We are in discussions about also being able to do a couple of boreholes in Machakos.
All right.
But for Machakos, the approach will be different because Machakos already has quite a number of public boreholes. The approach will be on rehabilitation.
I hear you.
And reticulation. That
right.
is, reticulation is distribution now to make it closer to where the populations are.
Last mile.
The last mile.
Right.
Now, for Mwingi,
yes.
First, interestingly, you will note that water is a devolved function. So it's not even a function that is under the MP. So essentially, if you want to drill a community borehole, the first contact point is the county government.
Okay.
But then now, interestingly, the local MP is demanding to patronize the drilling of boreholes, which is defeatist, and I would say it's diabolical. Because part of leadership, part of the responsibility of leadership,
yes,
is to provide solutions that make life easier for your people.
True that.
But now, here is a donor who has been mobilized by other people, or is self-mobilized.
Mm-hmm.
He's solving a problem that yourself you are not able to solve even in 100 years.
Mm-hmm.
But then you are resisting because you think that it takes away part of the political glory from you.
Is it only the political glory, or does he also maybe need some kickbacks? I'm just thinking like a Kenyan.
I doubt if it's about kickbacks. You see, this Mulyungi guy, the fella who is resisting the drilling of the boreholes.
Mm-hmm.
Interestingly, he's a former chair of the Architectural Association of Kenya.
So
he's not a man of small means.
So huyu si mtu, unajua tumeambiwa na IBC si lazima ukuwe na degrees. Huyu si mtu wa like huyu si Kalembe Ndile.
He is actually highly educated. He has a master's degree in architecture.
What happens when people get to those seats that they want glory more than the work?
Part of the problem with our politics, and especially our Kenyan politics, is people wanting to patronize development. And this is also what explains why everybody wants a project signboard with their picture on it.
Oh, it's about visibility.
It's about patronizing the development agenda, which should not be the case. Because you're using essentially you use public money to solve public problems.
Yeah, it's not their money. It's our money.
It's not your money, and it's not your donation.
Right.
So why would you want your photo on a project signboard? You're simply wanting to patronize that development project.
Yes.
But then this Mwingi MP, now, you have the biggest problem in Mwingi Central is water.
I agree with you.
And if you went to Mwingi, because I happen to be familiar with the entire landscape of Ukambani.
Right.
If you happen to go to Mwingi, people and their cattle travel very long distances to access water.
5 kilometers is the average, I think, in Ukambani.
Now, in Mwingi...
Na hiyo ni Sosa.
In Mwingi...
Right.
5 is the minimum.
Where?
There are people in Mwingi who trek up to 20 kilometers, taking their cattle to drink water from those you see those shallow wells that people scoop in the sand.
Not even a borehole?
Chris, let me tell you something.
Right.
I have been to places in Mwingi where a well scooped in river sand goes as deep as 15 feet.
What happens when it capsizes? Because I know they have not defended the walls.
No. What happens is that you see the drier the drought. The more the drought persists.
Oh, the lower they go.
The lower the water level goes, and the deeper they dig.
Wow.
Of course,
15 feet?
That changes when it rains, because those wells get covered in sand.
But 15
but
feet
then
is
the
too much,
intervention
man.
that would be needed in Mwingi would be around initiatives around boreholes and initiatives around sand dams.
Now, for this specific initiative that this NGO is working on,
Yes.
Apart from the fact that the MP was not involved,
there is no requirement for the MP to be involved.
Let's assume
even at a policy level, there is no requirement. At a legal level, there is no requirement.
Yes.
At a developmental level, there is no requirement.
Now, looking at it now from the point of view of how many households, like estimation, how many households is that serving?
On average, a borehole for Mwingi, because of the settlement patterns out of the semi-arid climate there, you would be looking at about 500 or so households per borehole, because again, they have settled in a very sparse manner.
Hey.
Because you see, in such places, you realize that in a radius of 5 kilometers.
Yes.
Radius.
Yes.
You'll probably just have about 50 or 60 families.
Yes. I understand that.
Because the land sizes are big, but they are not productive, because land is only productive when there is access to water.
Now, when we are providing water to make that land productive, why would anyone who has a sober mind and actually who has gone to school, why would they actually want to oppose that?
Part of it is political insecurity. The other part of it is just the mediocrity that characterizes our politics.
You have been speaking about mediocrity for a very long time, as far as I've known you. And let's come back to Machakos County, where we have this thing of I saw that the former governor went to the People's Park, taking photos and saying how beautiful it was, and then the current governor responded saying that place is elegant, we crossed the year your place. And I'm like, wait a minute, tuko mwezi wa 8. What's your take?
I will not comment much about the Machakos People's Park issue.
Yes.
Even though you realize I'm actually I was the pioneer director for Machakos People's Park.
That's the reason I'm asking you. No one else is better to answer that than you.
But then part of it is because of political sensitivity.
I get you.
Given that there is that spat between the former governor and the current governor.
Yes.
But then you see, the former governor, even when it is him who brought out the issue, part of the problem was that he himself had gone there to create content. So
yeah,
he was also not very sincere in his approach.
I also remember when you left and the sentiments that you made. So let's not get into that. Let me pick your brain, because you're a strategist and you always have the pulse of the country at heart. The current temperatures, looking at political violence and all that, and specifically, what's your take on the Sifuna rise?
Let me separate the two issues. Number one,
yes,
we must all agree that we have a problem with how the Ministry of Interior is being run.
Absolutely.
Because even these goons problem and everything, the insecurity problems, all of those things are just failures in terms of strategy.
Yes.
But also the politicization of national security. Even if we do not agree politically.
Yes.
As the Minister for Interior, I have a duty to ensure that your security is guaranteed.
It is in the Constitution.
It is not even negotiable.
Mm-hmm.
But then you realize that, and the CS security even made some very reckless remarks to the insinuation that if you are aware that somebody has organized for goons in the place where you wanted to go have a meeting, then you should cancel your meeting. You shouldn't go there. Why are you going there when you know there goons are waiting for you? I mean, why do we invest so much money in intelligence? And why do we invest so much money in the police? The investment is for purposes of guaranteeing national security, whereby you have capacities to collect intelligence, to gather intelligence. You have capacities to prevent crime from happening.
True that.
You have capacities to respond to violence and other crimes. But here you are being told that those capacities should be suspended at somebody's convenience. And that also now explains why you are having, last week actually.
Yes.
Goons blocked Thika Road. A transnational highway in broad daylight.
A highway?
A transnational highway was blocked in broad daylight. And the goons started demanding for money from motorists.
No.
And that, mark you, that is not the first time it's happening. About 3 or 4 weeks ago, somewhere near Mutaiga police station, Kiambu Road, the same thing happened. Somewhere around Mutaiga police station, somewhere around that section. Goons blocked a highway in broad daylight. They were within a kilometer to a police station. They were within 3 kilometers to the DCI headquarters. They were within 3 kilometers to another police station. In the middle of all those security installations and personnel, they mounted a goon toll station to demand for money from motorists.
What are we preparing Kenya for?
Now, the problem with that is that gradually that situation could get out of hand. And I have a feeling that if this goon menace is not dealt with in good time and decisively, it could evolve into a much bigger problem as we go towards the election.
We saw this back in and I remember very well in 2005, 2006, because I was living in Mathare North, and then there when goons were not useful to politicians, we had an operation to clear Mungiki, and everyone was just labeled Mungiki. It got very bad. It
becomes very messy.
We had so many extrajudicial killings. Where are we heading?
Do you remember before Michuki's crackdown on Mungiki?
Yes.
Do you know part of what occasioned that crackdown? All these tycoons from Muranga and Kiambu, most of them could not sleep in their rural homes. So whenever they went for a burial or an event in their rural homes, they would have to come back to Nairobi. Why? Because the moment they know that you are in your homestead, 100 fellas break into your homestead and rob all of you. You get? Do you know it got to a point where in the informal settlements, especially Eastland, when you are moving from a house to another house, you had to pay some money to Mungiki.
Let me tell you, that one I was a victim of. That one I paid so many times. We used to pay 200, then it went to 300.
If you are moving by Mkokoteni, you pay 200.
Yes.
If you are moving by a pickup, you pay 800.
Or 1,000 or 1,500. Come on, moving to a 1-bedroom in 1,500.
You get?
Yes.
Now, that is what happens when these you see, goons are convenient to use during the political season. Because they help you fight off your opponents, and they help you frustrate your opponents. They help you destabilize their political bases and all that.
Yes.
But then immediately the political season ends. Remember, the politicians don't need them anymore. So what happens now to the goons themselves? They become common criminals and they become a militia on their own.
There's a post that I saw that really caught my attention. Someone who said during the time of campaign they carry the goons. During the swearing in, they carry their family.
They go. That was Millie.
It was actually you.
No, it was Millie. It's a post that was made by Honorable Millie Odhiambo.
Now, can you from that
actually
angle, what is the sense that we can talk to our because I think the Gen Z or the younger generation think they are doing anything new, and I think for us who have been around, we have seen this so much.
We have seen this in many cycles, in many forms. So it's nothing new.
Yes.
But then the goon problem, the two problems that underpin it are two.
Mm-hmm.
There is the unemployment problem.
True.
Which is a ballooning problem.
Mm-hmm.
The ballooning employment has made it possible for so many youth to be idle and to be desperate and to be willing to do anything that earns them a coin.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it means robbing you or stabbing you or beating you up.
Mm.
But then there is also the political mobilization problem.
Now that one, how do we deal with that?
Part of my worry is that our politics is gradually becoming what I would call a thug space.
Mm-hmm. Wahoo.
Whereby it is the most vicious person, the person who has capacities to unleash superior levels of violence against his opponents,
mm-hmm.
who gets to win in that space.
Where?
A democracy should be about you conviction. Me telling you what I think is wrong with our country and what I feel I will do to fix that.
Yes.
And how I will create prosperity, how my leadership will create prosperity.
True that.
Now, I think you saw a post that I had made, I think yesterday or the day before.
Yes.
About kakistocracy.
Yes, I saw that. That was yesterday evening.
A kakistocracy,
yes,
is a system of governance whereby the leadership is the most, how do I put it? The most unscrupulous people. The worst people manage to become the leaders through unconventional means, either through throwing money at the population,
mm-hmm.
either through violence,
mm-hmm.
or through mobilizing people riding on hype. Now, you realize for the past 14 years we have been on that journey, whereby in the election of 2012, that is the election that brought people like Sonko into the space.
Yes.
Everybody, even up to now, everybody gets excited about his generosity.
Without questioning.
Without questioning the source of his money.
Yes.
So we are so blinded by generosity.
Yes.
We never question the source of money.
Mm-hmm.
So from the Sonko lot, I mean, even people like Chesa got elected during that period. Many people with very questionable backgrounds started making their way into the political space in the 2012 election.
Yes.
Then the 2017 election.
Mm-hmm.
Then the 2022 election.
Mm-hmm.
All these people with very serious criminal cases in court. People with cases of murder.
Yeah.
Get elected. People with cases of rape. Get elected.
Mm-hmm.
People with cases of serious fraud. Get elected. People with pending criminal cases get elected.
Mm-hmm.
People with
Ladies and gentlemen, we're sorry for that. Let me try to get our guest back online. Yeah, but we get the gist of it, and to be honest, we are kind of, we are just looking at the state of the nation as we speak. And yes, Mesh is back on the line. Mesh, sorry we had lost you. Yes, we are back.
So from 2012, we have progressively sanitized thugs and criminals into the leadership space.
True that.
People of very questionable backgrounds.
Yeah.
Rapists.
Mm-hmm.
People who have run down government institutions.
Mm-hmm.
People holding fake academic papers. People under active investigation by ESCC with cases in courts.
Yes.
People with all manner of criminal backgrounds have somehow been sanitized into the leadership space.
True that.
So we have now gradually accepted that we are okay with a kakistocracy. But then to even crown it,
yes,
we are now at a point where the same people who had questionable backgrounds, questionable academic papers, questionable characters, they have now somehow influenced the legal frameworks to the point where it is no longer a requirement for you to hold any academic certificates for you to be elected a leader. And actually 2 days ago,
yes,
IEBC even made that clarification that you do not require a degree to be elected into any position. So now, that again ushers us into the next level of kakistocracy, whereby it is never going to be about how brilliant or how eloquent or how good you are at articulating public issues. It is going to be about how well you mobilize and how resourced you are financially. So we are moving far away from a politics driven by ideology and philosophy to a politics driven by money and thuggery.
If we were to borrow from the textbook of Olkalau, do you think there is hope in the citizenry?
Part of it is that the citizens of Kenya do not understand the politics of ideal. And the politics of ideal is the politics that is underpinned by philosophy and ideology.
True that.
Kenyans pursue politics of benefit and convenience.
Wait a minute. Rudia hiyo.
Kenyans, even at a citizen level,
yes,
they pursue politics of convenience and benefit.
Does that also inform how we elect our people?
Yes, and that explains why we cling on. Why do we cling on the tribal kingpins?
It makes no sense at all.
We cling on tribal kingpins because we feel that if they get to State House, we are within closer proximity to them. So we don't actually expect them to govern well. We expect ourselves to have access to them.
Oh.
For personal benefit.
Oh, that's so wrong. That is so wrong. No wonder we have been hearing those statements of hata fulani alikuwa president, angalia area ya kwake ilikuwa hivi.
But anyway, now there is also the Sifuna question that you had asked.
Yes.
The Sifuna question is an interesting scenario. In politics, when you're analyzing politics, at times there is the man and the moment.
True that.
Sifuna is a man of the moment. He has been created by the moment.
Yes.
So that explains why he has been able to break into the national space within a few months. A space which has taken everybody else within that space has spent 2 or 3 decades.
Yes.
to get where they are.
Yes.
But this guy is at 45.
Yeah.
And in a few months and without much resources,
yeah,
a wave has carried him to the national level.
Mm-hmm.
And that tells you that currently,
Mm-hmm.
And going into the next election,
yes,
Sifuna is going to be the most consequential politician in the 2027.
I agree with you.
Chris, just a minute, just 1 minute, then I call you.
All right. Let's take a music break, guys. And we have been talking to Mesh Musyoki. Mesh Musyoki is a political strategist and a guy you really want to listen to because he sees this country for what it is. And we are at a point where we have to discuss what we are going through. I think we don't have the luxury of saying that, oi, siasa ni mchezo chafu. No, we can't do that anymore. We can't do that anymore. Yeah, so we are going to play one song called Amka Kumekucha by Maroon Commandos. We are going to talk to Mesh Musyoki once he's back on the phone again. He is back. Yes, so let's finish up with him, then we go back to the music. Yes, Bwana Mesh Musyoki.
Now, back to the Sifuna question.
Yes.
Sifuna is poised to be the most consequential politician.
True that.
In the coming election.
Simu zinazima leo, man. But let us go to a music break, then we are going to come back. And if he calls back, because he is in a busy place, if he calls back, we are going to cut down the music, then finish up with him. Then we are going to come back to the history of Maroon Commandos. My name is DJ CJKenya, and you are on African Rhumba Show, the home of Rhumba stories on Icon Radio. In a minute.
Adui mkubwa kwa ujenzi wa taifa, kwani ndicho kiini hasa kisababisha chonja. Ewe ndugu yangu we, amka kumekucha, kamata jembe na panga, twende shamba. Hata wewe mwanangu, amka kumekucha, kwani hizi ndizo saa za kwenda shule. Hata wewe karani, amka kumekucha, kwani hizi ndizo saa za kwenda kazi. Vivu ni adui mkubwa kwa ujenzi wa taifa, kwani ndicho kiini hasa kisababisha chonja. Ewe ndugu yangu we, amka kumekucha, kamata jembe na panga, twende shamba. Hata wewe mwanangu, amka kumekucha, kwani hizi ndizo saa. Hata wewe karani, amka kumekucha, kwani hizi ndizo saa za kwenda kazi. Vivu ni adui mkubwa kwa ujenzi wa taifa, kwani ndicho kiini hasa kisababisha chonja. Ewe ndugu yangu we, amka kumekucha, kamata jembe na panga, twende shamba. Hata wewe mwanangu, amka kumekucha, kwani hizi ndizo saa za kwenda shule. Hata wewe karani, amka kumekucha, kwani hizi ndizo saa za kwenda kazi. Uvivu ndio adui wa ujenzi wa taifa, jiepushe na uvivu, tujenge taifa. Ndugu yangu,
Kumekucha, amka twende shamba, jiepushe na uvivu, tujenge taifa. Wanawake, kumekucha, amka wende shule, elimu ndio msingi wa maendeleo. Kumekucha, amka wende kazi, jiepushe na uvivu.
And we had lost Mesh Musyoki, but he is back now. And we were talking about the Sifuna factor in these coming elections. Remember that we are 350 days away from the 2027 August 10 elections. Mesh Musyoki, tuendelee.
My take is that Sifuna is going to be the most consequential politician in the forthcoming election.
Right.
And consequential in this sense means when you look at the numbers that the united opposition has and the numbers that Ruto has, and when you discount and look at all the numbers that Sifuna has, Sifuna, whichever side Sifuna will swing,
yes,
has a high likelihood of being the winning side.
All right.
But then, that aside, leave alone him swinging as a part of, as supporting another candidate. Actually, the nightmare situation for Ruto's re-election would be a Sifuna candidate. No way. But then that Sifuna candidature would have to be backed by the Eastern Bloc tribal kings. Because remember that much as Sifuna is coming across as national, he's tribeless, he's appealing universally. He appeals to the Kamba, the young Kamba.
Yes.
He appeals to the young Luo. He appeals to the young Mijikenda. He appeals to the young Kisii. He appeals to the young Kikuyu. He appeals to all young people in equal measure without considering his tribe. But then, that does not translate into enough numbers to propel him as a candidate to win against William Ruto. There is still the numbers that are held by Gachagua. There is still the numbers that are behind Kalonzo.
True that. Now,
why I'm saying the nightmare scenario for Ruto's re-election would be a Sifuna candidature backed by an Eastern Bloc deputy is because Sifuna is not, they cannot predict Sifuna currently. He's formless. He's carried by a wave.
Yes.
He has no baggage. He has no vulnerabilities that they can exploit. And his support base does not require a lot of money.
They're even giving money to him.
Exactly. This is the first, actually the only person who ever enjoyed that kind of support was the first Kenyatta, whereby the public are willing to donate their little resources to the leader that they want.
Because that at that time, Kenyatta was viewed as the liberator from the white guard.
Yes. Now, people are viewing Sifuna as the liberator from the old guard politics. And you're also not, comparatively,
right.
All of Ruto's opponents are older than him, except Sifuna.
Oh, I've never looked at it that way.
Gachagua is older than Ruto.
True that.
Kalonzo is older than Ruto.
Yes.
Matiang'i, I think, is age mates with Ruto.
Thereabout.
Wamalwa, we don't need to analyze him because he has no numbers behind him.
He has no consequence in this.
Muturi is older than Ruto, but he is not also a presidential candidate.
Not consequential.
He is not consequential. Martha Karua is older than Ruto, but she's also not consequential.
True that.
So all the consequential politicians on the opposition side are actually older than Ruto himself. And therefore, none of them,
Yeah.
including Ruto himself,
Yeah.
will go into the election advancing a youth agenda, a youth candidate.
They would all be singing the same song.
You get, none of them will the youth cannot resonate with Ruto
Yeah.
on age.
Yeah.
They cannot equally resonate with Kalonzo. They cannot resonate with Gachagua.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where they have all gravitated to Sifuna, because they identify with him in terms of age set.
Mm-hmm.
You get?
And I think he speaks their language.
Exactly. He speaks their language. They can identify with him because of age.
Yeah.
He's detribalized.
Yeah.
He has no baggage of the old systems of politics.
Yeah.
So he comes across as a fresh breath of fresh air, you know.
From where I sit, I feel like Gachagua is equally working as hard as Sifuna, but he has the impeachment baggage behind him. Who would he front for the bag of votes that is rich in the Morima?
Personally, I do not think Gachagua is interested in whoever becomes president.
Uh-huh.
For the simple reason. In case himself is not cleared to run,
mm-hmm.
it would be more strategic to invest in regional politics, that is Mount Kenya,
right,
than for him to invest in national politics.
The MPs.
You see, I sat someday and I was trying to analyze the numbers.
Right.
And I realized that when you look at how Gachagua is strengthening DCP,
mm-hmm.
he is strengthening DCP not as a national party,
mm-hmm.
as a regional party.
Yes.
And therefore, the target for Gachagua appears to me to be strengthen DCP to the level where you are able to get between 9 and 11 governors.
Right.
Which translates to another 9 or to up between 9 and 11 senators. You have 9 to 11 women reps.
Yeah.
You have between 50 and 65 MPs.
Mm-hmm.
You have between 150 and 170 MCAs.
Wow.
That will already make you the second most influential politician in the country.
So he's playing the Raila game?
Yes. Gachagua is playing the Raila playbook.
I get you.
Because, let me ask you, in politics,
right?
In politics, the currency of politics is twofold.
Yeah.
You either have numbers, come with numbers to the table.
Yes.
To negotiate with those who have money.
Mm-hmm.
Or you come with money to negotiate with those who have numbers.
No one has ever put it to me in black and white like that.
So essentially, nobody donates both their money and their numbers to you.
Mm-hmm.
It is a trade-off. You trade off money with numbers and vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at the opposition side, the person who has both money and numbers
mm-hmm.
seems to be Gachagua. Not to mean that the rest don't have numbers.
Mm-mm. But he has the most consequential.
When you have who has the superior numbers.
Yes.
And therefore, it would take nearly a miracle for Gachagua to decide to donate both money and numbers to someone else in a situation where himself is completely barred from appearing on any ticket, either as the presidential candidate or as the running mate.
Mm-hmm.
But then remember now, if the current united opposition come up with a lineup,
mm-hmm.
In the omission of Sifuna,
right?
That lineup is likely. We are likely actually, if the current opposition comes up with a lineup,
mm-hmm.
and Ruto runs with his machine, and Sifuna runs,
yes,
we will head straight into a runoff.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting. For some reason, I thought Sifuna had an edge as long as they remain united as the opposition.
But you see, do you realize that Sifuna and his group are not really part of what we are calling the current united opposition?
And then there's this baggage of cancel culture.
Yes, but you see, the cancel culture is mostly a youth vibe.
And don't we have those as the majority of the voters that we are expecting on the ballot next year?
Not necessarily.
Okay, educate me.
I was looking at the new registration numbers.
Right.
You realize IEBC had a cycle of registration, mass voter registration.
Yes. Then
about,
enhanced.
I think 2 months ago or something.
Enhanced. That was enhanced. Yes.
So now the problem, when I was looking at those numbers, was I noticed something interesting. Yes, there are new numbers. There are new numbers in terms of new registrations.
Yes.
But then those new registrations do not speak strongly to youth registering as new voters.
It is still diverse.
It is actually people relocating their votes, maybe because they have changed residency, or they have their marital status has changed, so they have found themselves in a different region, or they have gone to reside in a different region.
Ooh.
And for me, the constituency I picked as to do that particular analysis, was Mavoko. One, because I understand Mavoko,
yes,
like the back of my hand, because I've grown up in Mavoko, and therefore I understand the voting patterns of Mavoko, and I also understand the population demographics of Mavoko.
Yes.
And therefore, I had an interest to understand the trajectory as regards the new voter registration.
Yes.
So I noticed that there is an increment, there's a substantial increment in the voter numbers.
Yes.
But when I looked at them, they did not appear to me like very fresh. Most of them are actually transfers.
Where?
Which now speaks to another problem.
Yes.
Which is in the Gen Z age group.
Yes.
Gen Z age group tends to be very detached from civic duty. I
thought they had come back after 2024.
They have not yet managed to convert their uprising, the Gen Z uprising, and awareness.
Yes.
The wokeness, what you would call wokeness.
Yes.
They have not been able to convert the wokeness into a vote base. Because you can't convert it to a vote base until you register as a voter.
True that. You don't matter unless you're registered, and then unless you show up.
Without being a registered voter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how loud you are out there.
No.
The real consequence is who went into the polling station.
True that.
Now that is the missing link for the Gen Z.
So if we are not,
there is need.
If we are not registering as voters, from where you sit, how is the numbers of people who are vying from that generation? If we are not registering as voters, are we really vying?
You see, there is those who are politically conscious, who would want to vie.
Yes.
So naturally, they will themselves have registered. But then there is need for increased sensitization and civic education targeting Gen Z for purposes of encouraging them to register as voters.
Yes.
Because if they do not register as voters, then really they are never going to achieve their desired change. Because the change has to come through the ballot.
Talking about change, and as we wind up, we are both parents, and we have always been committed to building a better country for our for our offsprings. Going into this 2027, what is your clarion call, especially for the younger guys? Because I think millennials we have our problems, but there's a bigger problem. Maybe it's just from where I sit, but what's your message to Kenyans?
My message would be about leadership.
True.
Evaluate leadership not on the basis of tribe, not on the basis of proximity.
Yes.
And not on the basis of cash handouts or other benefits, small benefits. But then, if we desire a better country for ourselves and for our children, then ourselves have to midwife. We have to midwife that better country.
True that.
And we can only midwife it through civic education and through having conversations around what does good leadership look like, and just also scaling up our commitment in terms of holding leadership to account from the lowest level.
Yes.
As your MCA comes seeking re-election, you must sit him down and tell him, give us your scorecard. As the other one is campaigning to replace him,
yes,
you must also ask him, what is it that you will do better? And therefore that means it is a collective responsibility. Bringing good leadership to a country is a collective responsibility.
Kwa hivyo hakuna mtu atikuachia ati watangazaji ni nyinyi mnasema ama watu wa social media. Everyone must be involved.
Everyone must be on board.
I will not let you go without asking you this. Today is on Tuesday. On Thursday, the Constitution turns 16 years old. What do you think has made the Constitution has made a difference in the lives of Kenyans, and where do you think there's room for improvement from where you sit?
First, I would say we have a very progressive constitution.
Yes.
But then we have very retrogressive politics. And therefore, there has been a consistent agenda by the politicians to dismember the constitution, to water down the constitution. So our constitution is continuously being mutilated by the politicians to create convenience for themselves. And we must find a mechanism of safeguarding our constitution against piecemeal overhaul.
Yes. Piecemeal overhaul. Repeat that. Yes. What does that mean?
Piecemeal overhaul, whereby you can overhaul it over a period of 20 years.
Yes.
Through mutilation. You mutilate it piece by piece. You amend here, you amend there.
You amend clause by clause.
Yes.
Like what happened with the 2024 finance bill?
Exactly. So you end up with a constitution that is totally different from the constitution that the makers of our constitution had designed. But then the other thing is, we have never really committed to fully implement the constitution.
How so?
Up to now, there are sections of the constitution that are still being debated.
Like the two,
they bring inconveniences.
Like the third gender rule.
The third gender rule, and there is many other aspects of the constitution that up to now are still pending. And remember, we are talking about Constitution 2010. We are in 2026.
Yes.
we have never fully implemented the constitution.
Mm-hmm.
But every conversation that comes up, actually within every regime, there's always an attempt to make some major changes to the constitution.
We had the
BBI. You want to change the structure of governance.
Mm-hmm.
You get. You want to create more latitude for politicians.
Mm-hmm.
There are those who want to consolidate power, and which there are those who want to kill devolution in terms of you want to take away some functions from counties.
Mm-hmm.
There are proponents of enhanced devolution who would want to take more functions. So we are still caught up in a constitutional moment. 26 years down the line. 16 years down the line.
16 years down the line, yes.
And this now speaks to our fidelity to the constitution.
Yes.
Whereby we get leadership that does not have fidelity to the constitution. They find the constitution an obstacle.
An inconvenience.
So it's inconveniencing to them.
What role do we have as the citizens? Because this one does not even go to a generation. It is everyone on board.
As citizens, with regard to constitutional matters, I don't think we have a major role to play.
Right.
My logic being that most of the mutilations of the constitution would actually emanate from parliament, from legislature. So there is need for us. I don't exactly know how.
Yes.
But there is actually need for us to protect our constitution against mutilation by legislators. Because the problem with that is you end up with a legislative autocracy.
I agree with you.
So we have an overload on the legislative side in terms of the bad intention to water down the constitution. And of course, we must ourselves keep advocating.
Yes.
For safeguards against such attempts.
Thank you very much for your time. Na by the way, unatualika Majestic lini tukuja kucheza rumba?
Anytime, we can always talk and agree on a convenient date.
Asante sana.
Thanks a lot for your time too, Chris.
And thank you so much for your time. And Manze, even your sentiments. It's if everyone in Kenya could think like you, I think hatungekuwa na hii polarization mingi.
You know, we have our politics is one of the most polarizing in the world.
I keep on asking myself, did we copy Britain copy for copy?
No. The problem is that we do not have our political culture is very mixed up. And therefore it's undefined. But then our political mobilization is very polarizing. And therefore that explains why after every election, we take more than a whole year for the nation to heal from the politics.
That's true that.
So, kwaheri Chris, and thank you very much.
Asante sana. You have a blessed evening. Thank you so much for your time, my brother.
Karibu.
Cheers. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that has been Mesh Musyoki. He's a political analyst and a commentator. And we have had a lot of wisdom from him, from the Sifuna phenomenon to how we behave as Kenyans. And to be honest, tuko ile place as Kenyans, hatuwezi sema ati mali tunaenda. No, it is where we are. It's not looking pretty. Yes, so tutarudia ngoma ya Amka Kumekucha just to retaliate that point, and then we will play Chironyi Niwasi, and then we will be back. Let's play Amka Kumekucha, Chironyi Niwasi, and Riziki. So once we come back, we will be talking about micro investing, and today I want to talk about the music industry. The songs we are playing are done by Maroon Commandos, and Maroon Commandos are a band that were established in the army. And through the army structures, they were supported by infrastructure. They were supported by, in terms of exposure and even having a salary that they didn't need to survive on the music alone. And to date, there is still a regiment of Maroon Commandos in that name still works today. I want us to go on 3-song music break. Then when we come back, we are going to talk about Maroon Commandos, their history, where they are today, and what we can learn from them. Tunaanza hapo na Amka Kumekucha, then Chironi Niwasi, and the third song will be Riziki. My name is DJ CJKenya. This is African Rhumba Show kwenye Icon Radio Mandi. Tunakuambianga kuna vitu 3 wabizipendangi. Kelele. Ya kwanza ni pesa, ya pili ni gani? Story tamu. Na ya 3 ni rumba yenyewe. Tukule rumba.
Kwa ujenzi wa taifa, kwani ndicho kiini hasa kisababisha chonja. Ewe ndugu yangu we, amka kumekucha. Kamata jembe na panga, twende shamba. Hata wewe mwanangu, amka kumekucha. Kwani hizi ndizo saa za kwenda shule. Hata wewe karani, amka kumekucha. Kwani hizi ndizo saa za kwenda kazi. Vivu ni adui mkubwa kwa ujenzi wa taifa. Kwani ndicho kiini hasa kisababisha chonja. Ewe ndugu yangu we, amka kumekucha. Kamata jembe na panga, twende shamba. Hata wewe mwanangu, amka kumekucha. Kwani hizi ndizo saa. Hata wewe karani, amka kumekucha. Kwani hizi ndizo saa za kwenda kazi. Vivu ni adui mkubwa kwa ujenzi wa taifa. Kwani ndicho kiini hasa kisababisha chonja. Ewe ndugu yangu we, amka kumekucha. Kamata jembe na panga, twende shamba. Hata wewe mwanangu, amka kumekucha. Kwani hizi ndizo saa za kwenda shule. Hata wewe karani, amka kumekucha. Kwani hizi ndizo saa za kwenda kazi. Uvivu ndio adui wa ujenzi wa taifa. Jiepushe na uvivu, tujenge taifa. Ndugu yangu kumekucha, amka twende shamba. Jiepushe na uvivu, tujenge taifa. Mwanamke kumekucha, amka wende shule. Elimu ndio msingi wa maendeleo. Karate kumekucha, amka wende kazi. Jiepushe na uvivu, tujenge taifa. Uvivu ndio adui wa ujenzi wa taifa. Jiepushe na uvivu, tujenge taifa. Ndugu yangu kumekucha, jiepushe na uvivu, tujenge taifa. Mwanamke kumekucha, amka wende shule. Elimu ndio msingi wa maendeleo. Karate kumekucha, amka wende kazi. Jiepushe na uvivu, tujenge taifa.
kawe jitayarishe uende shule kijana. Hata wewe mfanyi kazi jitahidi uamke na mapema. Time zako zimekwisha baba. Uende shule, uende kazi kila pahali. Jiepushe na uvivu baba we, jenge taifa. Ndugu yangu kumekucha, amka wende shamba. Jiepushe na uvivu kaka, jenge taifa. Mwanangu kumekucha, amka wende shule. Ndio elimu ndio msingi wa maendeleo. Makarani kumekucha, amka wende kazi. Jiepushe na uvivu, tujenge taifa. Uvivu ndio adui wa ujenzi wa taifa. Jiepushe na uvivu.
Vida, da provo, uma cidade.
nikueleze, usijisukumie mambo makubwa. Mapato yako ni madogo, yafaa uyapange. Aba na aba hujasaki baba. Mapato yako ni madogo, yafaa uyapange. Aba na aba hujasaki baba. Huyo mwenzio ashabahatika, iyo riziki yake ishamfikia. Mapato yako ni madogo, yafaa uyapange. Aba na aba hujasaki baba. Sikia riziki ya watoto miaka 7. Huyo mwenzio ashabahatika, iyo riziki yake ishamfikia. Mapato yako ni madogo, yafaa uyapange. Aba na aba hujasaki baba. Mapato yako ni madogo, yafaa uyapange. Aba na aba hujasaki baba. Kazana, kazana mwana, na mwisho utafanikiwa. Usiibe wala usinyang'anye, ya kuiba vina baraka. Kazana, kazana mwana, mengine
Yes. Kazana mwana, kazana sana, kazana. Hey manze, hey bro. Yes. Kazana mwana, mwishowe utafanikiwa. And I think there is no better message for the youth of today than that message. Because I think we live in the age of social media, and we flout things as if they are happening so quick. And reality for the success that you see today, African Rhumba today is like over 8 years old. I think the first mix that I ever made for African Rhumba specifically was back in 2018. But I've still been mixing and posting content all this time. Na tumekuwa kwa hii soko. So usikue na haraka. Kazana. Don't give up. Ngoma ya kwanza hapo tumeanza nayo ilikuwa inaitwa Amka Kumekucha. Then tumecheza ngoma inaitwa Chironyi ni Wasi. Alafu tumecheza Riziki. All these songs are by Maroon Commandos. And talking about Maroon Commandos, for me, I think these are guys that I've grown listening to their music. And ngoma kama Amka Kumekucha was a signature song. Ulikuwa unasikia hiyo ngoma uko zile za KBC imekuwa asubuhi. Okay, so let me wake up and go to school. But listening to that song and looking at today, I remember we were traveling the other day with my relatives, and someone asked me, "Hey, how come these young girls expect things to work miraculously?" And I was like, it is what they think should happen. And from where I sit, I think things don't happen as fast as people think. And I chose Maroon Commandos for one reason, because this show is called African Rhumba. And if there is any band that I can benchmark on the longevity and the quality and value of African Rhumba, it would be Maroon Commandos. Recently, we have had the case of CAMP. That is KAMP. That is Kenya Association of Music Producers. That is a CMO whose mandate is to collect royalties and performing rights for artists. And the regulator in Kenya is called KECOBO. That is KECOBO. That is Kenya Copyright Board. KECOBO has... I remember when the first suspension, the letter to suspend CAMP came in, I think it was July 1st. I remember that time I had just met the CEO of CAMP, and I had traveled to Coast. And then that letter came, and I was supposed to register with CAMP at that point. And then I just said, okay, let me hold on to it a little bit. But then we have had a lot of back and forth between CAMP and KECOBO, and the latest came today. And latest came yesterday. Yesterday being the 24th. Yes, the 24th of August 2026. That is when the latest clarification came from Kekobo. I have seen a response from camp that came today, but I wanted to dwell on the directives that came from Kekobo because they are the regulator in this. And part of the regulations, the directives that came from them in writing, they said that the chairman and board, the current chairperson and the current board must vacate immediately. That is the first directive. The second directive is elections to be held in 30 days. Elections to replace that board and the chairperson of the board. And then the third directive is to provide documentation of reconstitution in 24 hours after that election of new members. One thing that you need to understand about the membership of camp is that the members, as per the regulations of CMOs, the members are actually elected, the members of the board are elected by the beneficiary or members who are owners of copyright. So kama wewe ni msanii na uko registered na camp, that means uko entitled to kwa hii re-election, kwa hii reconstitution of the board, you are entitled to have your voice in there. And then there is a fourth directive that involves an amount of 5.5 million. And they say that that amount was meant for creatives, and they are going to hand over that case to the DCI for investigation to go on. Now, in relation to those investigations, they have also directed that the new board that comes in must suspend the current CEO immediately. Now, you need to understand the difference between the organization camp and the board and the we could call them the secretariat. So the secretariat is what is headed by the CEO. The current CEO, I think, is Morris. Yes, so and then there were more deliberations where they said to protect the interests of the creatives who publish and collect via camp, Pavrisk is going to set up an account that is going to collect on behalf of the artists who are under camp right now, because camp right now cannot collect on behalf of the artists. And then that the money they are going to collect will be, okay, number one, it's going to be collected via eCitizen. And then that amount is going to be kept in a separate account from the Pavrisk account, that the only way you're going to touch that money is until Kekobo writes an elaborate, what do we call it, letter directing on how to utilize those resources. Now, camp, there has been, okay, let me give you a brief exodus of where we are. In Kenya, we have community managed organizations, CMOs, and those ones are the ones who collect on behalf of creatives. We had MCSK, their license was cancelled. Then Pavrisk was given the license to collect on behalf of everyone who was under MCSK. But then there is a good number of artists who had already left camp, MCSK and joined camp. And camp has been their collecting organization. Camp distributed some amount I think that should have been around May. They did some distribution. And the claim that came from Kekobo was that some 5.5 was misappropriated, diverted in the interest of other people, especially the board, and not in the interest of the creatives. I have seen many sentiments from the likes of Kinanonini, and it seems like camp really has something to sort out. On the other hand, there has been this question of, why are you fighting the organization that has at least made an effort to distribute something? Whereas Pavrisk, who have not distributed anything, yet they inherited the MCSK accounts and continued to collect afresh. Pavrisk has not distributed anything, and it is not easy for you to convince any creative that the involved parties are even fighting for the creative. I have gone through the comment section for many posts that Camp has done, that Kekobo has done, but the common and constant sentiments are that you guys may be our wasanii, you're not benefiting the artist, you're just in corporate wars. Those have been the sentiments. And looking at that, and now coming back to what we are talking about in creative monetization, and looking at Maroon Commandos specifically. Maroon Commandos is a group that was founded in 1970. And let me tell you, that's a long time. Yet, for some reason, that was 1970 October, and looking at it right now, itakuwa miaka mingi. These guys have still maintained the same name. These guys have still maintained the groups have been coming and going. So let me give you a little bit of history of Maroon Commandos and see what we can learn from them. So Maroon Commandos was founded in 1970 in October, and that was in Gilgil Barracks. Walikuwa inaitwa 7th Battalion, Gilgil Barracks. Then the founding members were, first of all, a guy called David Kibe Mwangi. Huyu jamaa anaishi Dallas saizi. Then there was Hebel Kifoto, the late. And then there was Juma Kizito, the late. Ibrahim Ringo, I think, is still living. Shem Shisia, the late. Peter Masheti, the late. Joel Mushiri, Jared Otieno, John Kemani, Tony Sobaen, and then looking at that, first of all, I must look at it from a point of view of where they came from. They were as a civilian band, and they used to play at a place called Bamboo Nightclub. Bamboo Nightclub used to be on River Road, and due to fans who used to come there was a guy called Colonel Moshemi who had them playing, and then because they were young, he approached them and asked them, could you guys join the army? Wakaona CPI ni mboka. Then wakaingia, and when they joined the army, they met a guy who was called Colonel Wambua. And Colonel Wambua was in charge of enlisting and formation. and he's the guy who kind of now made them take shape. The choice of the name Maroon Commandos was influenced by, number one, maroon was the color of their battalion. The uniforms they used to, kila battalion kwa army inakuanga na color yao, so their uniform and their color, their code color ilikuwa ni maroon. And then commandos, kama kawaida mnajua commando ni ule mse Otero. Yeah, so they were actually army soldiers wenye waliingia huko juu ya muziki. So kama ingekuwa ni muziki manze, hawa sewa wangekuwa hiyo wera. And that is how Maroon Commandos was formed. And at that time, so the other thing about Maroon Commandos is that people think that they just joined with their original compositions. No, they were copyright players. Walikuwa wanachezanga zile ngoma za western, they could play rock and roll, they could play rhythm and blues, they could play any soul, any song that was hitting at the time. And the good thing was that in the army, they were given, number one, the infrastructure. They had all the instruments, they had practicing rooms, they had practicing times and everything. So by that time now, they are learning to play other people's songs. And I was watching the interview of this guy called ujamani twa nani David Kibe Mwangi. And he was saying that at that time they were playing so many foreign songs, and the people who they felt like were their challenge were the likes of Kina Tabule, Kina Franco. Locally they had Kamaru. Remember that Kamaru that had one of the most sophisticated studios in Kenya back in the day, back in the 70s. And then there was Shirati Band. Personally, I remember Shirati Band because Shirati, there is a song called Harusi. A really good song. Ilikuwa tunaimbanga kitambo kwa Kamandiko. Then, yes, Shirati Band was kutoka side. I think Shirati was either Kisii ama Luya, thereabout. And then there was a duo Misiani. And most of the times they used to play global songs, but then they had that ako kabaden hey manze tutawaicheza original songs zetu siku gani. And then the first song that they ever, the two songs that they ever composed first that gave them the audience, an audience that now could respect that, yes, mmecheza hizi ngoma za wasee wengine, but now they are playing their own songs at the quality of the foreign songs. The first two songs that they ever composed were Chironi ni Wasi and Uvivu ni Amka Kumekucha. Hiyo tumecheza hapo. Those two songs tumezicheza before. And those songs were composed by this guy called Kifoto. Anaitwa Habel Kifoto, the late. You can hear those songs and the composition of it, and you hear a lot of realness in them. And something was very interesting when I heard about how Maroon Commandos came to become national hits. They focused, their go-to-market strategy was a focus on universities and colleges. So walichapa hivo for a while, and then their fellow army colleagues started embracing them. And over time, these guys just wali bloom too, and all of a sudden, I remember when there was this song, when this song was Sitaki uniambie kwa unaenda, that song was played so much on KBC that ilikuwa ni kama anthem. And that song, by the way, was now composed by David Kibe. Huyo mwenye nimesema mwenye alikuwa na story yao. Yeah, so there's something about Maroon Commandos that is very profound. As much as the original members were founded this group in 1970, the guy the guy who founded them alikuwa anaitwa Colonel nani? Colonel Mkamba anaitwa nani? Colonel nani? I'm giving you that name in a minute. So the Colonel made sure that they maintained a structure and a form that could make them sustainable. And I think there's nothing I respect more than that, because Colonel Wambua, that is the name. Yes, I was just looking through my notes. Colonel Wambua made sure that Maroon Commandos will be sustainable. How did he do that? He made sure that, number one, the band members will not only rely on music proceeds like live performances or music sales for them to survive. They were made to become soldiers, servicemen. And then he also made sure that they had a structure that to date, Maroon Commandos still exists. So, nimewambia hapo before that the foundation was in Gilgil, 7th Battalion, Gilgil. The current members of Maroon Commandos, currently as we speak, kuna jamaa anaitwa Senior Sergeant Johnny Magneto. The official name is Sergeant John Ogaga, and he is a leader of the band. He is a lead guitarist, and he is also a soloist. Then there's a vocalist called Juvenalis Obukia. There's a vocalist called so that is a Sergeant Juvenalis Obukia. Then there's another vocalist called Sergeant Harrison Juma Ngonyo. Then vocalist called Elisha Momanyi, aka Muteliano. And then another vocalist called Samuel Kerwa. A keyboardist called Samuel John, aka Were Muzina. And then a bassist called Abraham Masha Syria. A trumpetist called Tumaini Joshua. A saxophonist called Christopher Munga. Drummer called Eric Agengo. And another drummer called Emmanuel Maganga. And looking at that, number one, I must say that looking at the band, first of all, it is just a simple representation of Kenya. In that Maroon Commandos, I feel from where I sit, they represent Kenya, and I'm happy that they even sing in different languages. They even play different songs. And you would be asking yourself, like, if I want to enjoy a Maroon Commandos show, when can I see them? Number one, ndio ile band unaionanga kwa all national holidays. I think the next national holiday that will be happening will be 10th of October. Yeah, so look out for them. Then also look out for them 20th of October. Yes, Mashujaa Day. Yeah, so they have also been seen to appearing in places like Kifaru Place, hapa Mombasa Road, place like Alaska Lounge, hapa Nairobi West, literally walking distance from where we are. Alafu kuna show zao zinaitangwa Nostalgic Nights ama Rhumba Express sessions. They have also performed at places like Blankets and Wine, and many other places. Yeah, so we are here looking at that history of kuna hiyo aspect ya the background of camp, ndio wao wanacheza wanapigana na Kekobo, and here are Maroon Commandos who have been surviving for a very long time. And what I want us to answer or think about today is what would happen if the administration of rights and royalties was actually administered structurally the same way as Maroon Commandos has been administered. Looking at it right now, it's over 50 years since they were founded. Yet they are still operating. Hujawahi sikia any scandal in the public ya Maroon Commandos or ya the members. They are still going strong. It is interesting. What can we do as artists to make sure that this national cohesion thingy maze has been very elusive for us as artists? And kuna story imekuwa about the involvement of artists na especially the different genres and how people are showing up for shows. I don't want to dig into that right now. I want to go into a music break, and we are playing a song called Hasira ni Hasara by Maroon Commandos, and then when we come back tunakuja kumalizia show tukiangalia pia comments zenu. My name is DJ CJKenya. This is African Rhumba Show, the home of Rhumba stories, na hapa tunakwambianga kuna vitu 3 azipenangi kelele. Ya kwanza ni pesa, ya pili story tamu, na ya 3 ni rumba yenyewe. Wacha tukule rumba kidogo. We are coming back with more stories.
Watafanya kila jambo wavunje nyumba yetu. Walimwengu mama ndivyo walivyo, wengi wao sio wema, na kati yao kunao wenye kijicho. Utafuta kila njia wavunje nyumba yetu. Ninakuomba siwasikize, jaribu kila njia muwaepuke. Watakukasirisha bure, epukana nao. Ulioeleza sio kweli, ukali mimi mama sina mke wa pili. Fikira zangu ziko kwako, fikira zangu ziko kwako, oh mwana mama. Watafanya kila jambo wavunje nyumba yetu. Walimwengu mama ndivyo walivyo, wengi wao sio wema, na kati yao kunao wenye kijicho. Utafuta kila njia utafuta kila njia wavunje nyumba yetu. Ninakuomba siwasikize, jaribu kila njia uwaepuke. Watakukasirisha bure, watakukasirisha bure, epukana nao. Ulioeleza sio kweli, ukali mimi mama sina mke wa pili. Fikira zangu ziko kwako, fikira zangu ziko kwako, oh mwana mama. Hasira ni hasara, hasira ni hasara, usikasirike bure, usikasirike bure. Hasira ni hasara, hasira ni hasara, usikasirike bure, usikasirike bure, oh mwana mama. Kwenye kijicho utafuta kila njia, utafuta kila njia wavunje nyumba yetu. Ninakuomba siwasikize, jaribu kila njia uwaepuke. Watakukasirisha bure, watakukasirisha bure, epukana nao. Ulioeleza sio kweli, kweli mimi mama sina mke wa pili. Fikira zangu ziko kwako, fikira zangu ziko kwako, oh mwana mama. Hasira ni hasara, hasira ni hasara, usikasirike bure, usikasirike bure. Hasira ni hasara, hasira ni hasara, usikasirike bure, usikasirike bure, oh mwana mama.
Yes, umesikia hapo manze, ngoma inaitwa ni hasara. Na hiyo kusema kweli ni hasara kweli, ni hasara kubwa sana my friend. We have had many sentiments over the last 1 or 2 weeks, to the point where the former president had to come out and say, kama ni kura mnataka manze, ombeni tu wananchi. Mimi nilishaiomba nikanyimwa, na nikaomba baadaye nikapewa. So I think we are at a point where we are facing a lot of political intolerance, and the one thing that has been on my radar, and I'm paying a lot of attention to this, ni how social media is fueling Kenyan tribal lines. It is really, really annoying that kuna wase tu, whatever you say, hata ikueaje, they will still look at it from a tribal point of view. But my bigger hope is always in the larger population of Kenyans, because we spoke to Mesh Musyoki earlier in the show, and he spoke about how the Kenyan voter is wired, and I have to accept that we really need a shift in how we are handling our politics. History ya do kwa politics, at some point, if we can separate the money from leadership, maybe we can get some sobriety in how we are choosing our leaders. And talking about leaders, there's this case that came across my timeline, and it's about Sony Sugar. Sony Sugar in the Western region, they have a 40,000 acre land that is being auctioned to offset the debt that they currently have. And the backdrop of that is that at some point we had been told that the government has given out some amount to offset those debts. So when we are seeing that they still have to get rid of their assets to offset their debts, then we are asking, who is fooling who? So kama umetoka side ya Western, if you know the story about Sony Sugar, let us at least understand what is really going on, because we have seen another expose that came out from a former employee of Central Bank, this Mwatela lady. And at some point, I remember about this case where they were banks were collecting money on behalf of government, and then that money was being used to buy treasury bills, in that pesa ni ya serikali, lakini ina buy treasury bills on behalf of banks. Yani bank ina collect doo yako, alafu inatumia doo yako kununua treasury bills. In other words, inakukopesha double. So I really hope that this case of 40,000 acres in Sony Sugar is not the case, because if something of such nature could happen, then it would mean that the money that was given out by government to offset the pending debts is being used to still acquire assets owned by the same organization. So ni kama nilikuambia mali pesa mingi inaenda ndio wizi ukua. The current state of our balance sheet as a country is that over 70% goes into repaying debt. And looking at that is where the loophole of theft is. Talking about theft, we really hoped that once devolution came, and again, I want to also retaliate that on Thursday, the 27th, na hiyo ni kesho kutwa, the Constitution of Kenya will be turning 16 years old. Let me know on the comment section, what do you feel like it may change for you owing to this constitution? Where do you think we have some room for improvement? And I also came across a very disturbing headline where they were saying 21 counties have been facing salary crisis. Si ati do haiko, pesa imekuwa released, but then the people charged with the mandate to do the documentation for the controller of budget to release the funds to these 21 counties wamefeel tuko busy na mambo zingine, hatuna time yenu. So it is so bad that employees can go for 2 months without salaries just because someone forgot to do paperwork. Ai! Hey, nyewa munanga uruma. I give up. I don't know whether it is the governors. I don't even know who to shout at. But kama ni paperwork tu peke yake, ni kama tu niambia ati nimekosa kulipwa juu sijatuma invoice we. Kwani sina haja na hiyo pesa? Talking of paperwork. Kitambo tulikuwa tunapiganga kura manually. Na hiyo ilikuwa inamaanisha tunapiga kwa ile karatasi. And then they tried in 2007, I remember it was the first attempt to bring in electronic voting. And in 2007, yes, 2007. In 2007, the focus was on transmitting the tallies. Then after 2010, there came a new constitution that explicitly dictates that voting ya Mkenya inaishia kwa polling station. Now, there came some allegations by the former deputy president, yes, Rigathi Gachagua, where he is saying that Joho and Ruto are planning to bring in a questionable farm from Korea, and hajaongea mambo mingi sana. But from where I sit, and again I have to declare this, I'm not one term and not 2 term. For me, I'm just a katiba guy. Objectively looking at this, the same, because I dug into it, the same company that Gachagua is talking about ndio wanaitwa Smartmatic. Smartmatic were the same company who were in charge of the previous elections. And I'm still asking myself, does it mean that they were not trustworthy back then? What does he know? And then on that same note, it gets me to thinking, kama Kenya manze tuko na such a robust system called M-Pesa. Unataka kuniambia hatuwezi tengeneza system ya digital voting? For context sake, let me explain. I remember, I think it was in the year 2022, if I'm not wrong. The transactions of M-Pesa alone were over 3 times the transactions of Western Union across the world. Not hiyo time M-Pesa ilikuwa inaoperate Kenya peke yake. Western Union inacheza dunia mzima, na Western Union imekuwa hapa for such a long time. How come a small country of below 55 million people, transactions zake zilikuwa over 3 times those of a renowned Western Union, a historical Western Union, all the years walipigwa lap kama 3. So if we can transact all that money safely, na unajua tu vizuri ya kunanga kitu hii dunia iko na ukora kama pesa. Do you want to tell me that we cannot transact votes safely through a system? I think there's, and let's look at countries that have done it. India, India has a population of 1.4, 1.3 billion people, thereabout. I remember working for some Indian guys, and at some point we were having lunch, and I remember someone saying that for some reason it's like in India every day, every month there's an election somewhere, but their elections are digitized, and you will always, and by the way, I've paid attention to Indian media. Those guys are noisy. Those guys can talk. But in terms of voter rigging, sijawahi sikia allegations kama hizo. Mind you, India was also colonized by the British, just like us. Let's flip and go to South America, where we have Brazil. India is a third world country, same categorization as we do. I think we have been categorized right now at mid-income. Brazil, I was told that by the time they finish voting, in 4 hours, you always have the results. Brazil, they are voting in their hundreds of millions. In Kenya, I think we have like 20-something million registered voters. Is it the, what do we call it? This thing, trust deficit that is ailing us? Ama shida yetu ni gani? Talking of trust deficit, there's this guy called, and I'm just connecting these things because trust deficit is coming as a result of what we have experienced. Rumors don't invent themselves. They come from results that people see. Moses Wetangula, the speaker of the national itagwatia wabunge, he says that the president gives letters that TSC to parliamentarians, then parliamentarians go and sell them. I'm here questioning myself. Wait a minute. We are now employing teachers from State House? What happens to the lobbying through unions? What happens to the TSC? What happens to meritocracy? I'm worried. I'm really worried. Because earlier on, as we were speaking to Mesh Musyoki, we also spoke about IBC declaring that you don't need a degree for you to vie for any elective elective position, be it an MCA, MP, women rep, president, senator, name it. And now we are seeing that TSC is employing from State House. There was another allegation like a week ago when we had a pass out in a barracks in Eldoret, and it was alleged that most people who passed out were from the same tribe. And again, where is the merit? It is worrying. It is really worrying. As we finish up the show, there are three things I want to touch on. And the first one is preparedness for El Nino. El Nino, I have been watching the news across the world, and there's no escaping it. El Nino is coming. Na inakuja na ubaya. We are stuck at the point where I'm asking myself, itatupata bado tukiwa unprepared tena. There is a kitty that was set aside by the national government to take care of El Nino preparedness. But there's also another report that came out that Kindiki is in charge of that preparedness, and 18 counties are facing flooding possibilities. I know very well that my county, Makueni, is always a victim of that. the cause of that is that we get a lot of water from Nairobi, Umasaini, and everything. I'm trusting that the preparedness will eventually at least avoid loss of lives. As we go into this El Nino period, which is coming in Mwezi wa Kumi, I would also like to urge you Kenyans, my friends, and my brothers and my sisters, let's not cross over flooded rivers. Tumeona hii story mara mingi sana. Let's at least avoid avoidable circumstances. Then, now that we are waiting for good rains, serikali imetoa amri that they have released a new subsidy for 50 kg fertilizer bags. That is dropping from 2,500 down to 2,000. My concern has always, as a farmer, I'm a farmer, my concern has always been access, because ukora mingi sana ukuja between hii fertilizer. 3 years ago, we saw also the trade of that subsidized fertilizer, lakini walileta fake. So I want to hear from you, from where you sit, from where you are, the county you are from. Do you have access to that subsidized fertilizer? Yes or no? Let me know on the comment section. Alafu story yetu ya mwisho. And this one is, I can say this is truly how Kenya operates. So the Auditor General has raised very serious issues with people who, high-end high schools, who are charging fees above what is prescribed by government. And I spoke to someone who is in school management, and they were just honest with me, asking me, Sawa, the capitation that is assigned by government never comes in time. When a term is over, that capitation ya last term yenye ilikuwa overdue never comes, wanaanzanga on a clean slate. And then they were asking me, okay, so what do you expect us to run the schools on? Number 2, the capitation always comes late. Do we expect them to pay subordinate staff from arrears or what? But still, coming back to now the Kenyan situation, we are told that education is 100% transition, free education, even high school and all that. But for you to get quality education, which is assured to you as a Kenyan in the Constitution, you really have to dig in and take your kid to a private school. Mine is in a private school personally. And I know so many of your kids are also in private schools. When will we ever see our taxes truly working for Kenyans? That is where we end our broadcast today. My name is DJ CJKenya, and I would like to thank you. Thank you very much to the guests that I've had today. Thank you, Carol CJ. Thank you very much, Mesh Musyoki, for your sentiments. You guys have been very, very instrumental in this program, and we appreciate you so much. Thank you for joining us today. We are going to see you again next week on Tuesday. And as we meet on Tuesday, I will be sharing our playlist earlier. Then I will be sharing also the topics of next week early. And I hope to get your sentiments on whatever we'll be speaking about next week. For everyone who has events this weekend, Tualike, we will be happy to be there. Yes, this is a beautiful week. It is the end month weekend. So piga sherehe responsibly. Everyone who is listening, asanteni sana. God bless you. Tunaenda kuimaliza hapo na ngoma inaitwaje? Sitaki uniambie kuwa unaenda. For now manze, I have to go. Thank you so much. My name is DJ CJKenya. This has been African Rhumba Show, the home of Rhumba stories. This is Icon Radio. Na tunakuambianga nini? Kuna vitu 3 hazipendangi kelele. Ya kwanza ni pesa, ya pili ni story tamu, alafu ya 3 ni rumba yenyewe. Tunaimalizia hapo, tunamaliza na Maroon Commandos tukisema sitaki uniambie kuwa unaenda, usituache na usiende. My name is DJ CJKenya. Until next week. Adios.
Tukipatana wewe husema una haraka, ya nini unitese bila sababu? Fikiria kwa makini ninayosema mama, usiniweke kwa